Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.
Welcome to all.
History is made of stories.
In this episode, we'll be talking about the impact of the democratization of digital technologies on our society, and in particular on our companies.
Though digital technologies are not solely responsible for transforming our environment, it's easy to feel like digital does change everything: our habits, the way we see the world, and our relationships with others, both in everyday life and in business.
Yes, and we all experience it in our daily lives. To try to understand the impact on our companies, it's important to ask what digital technologies have truly changed. What impact has the digital revolution had? What's the story?
The first consequence of the digital era is its impact on when and how we express ourselves. It's become normal for everyone to share their opinion about lots of different topics, and once you invite people to express their ideas, you can't ask them to stop.
Exactly, so the digital revolution has operated a major social shift. Opinions are now worth more than knowledge. We left behind a read-only society to create a share and write society.
Social networks are the most flagrant example of this shift in our approach to individual expression.
The second consequence of the digital revolution is a change to the concept of borders. First and foremost, physical borders. We no longer work exclusively within the walls of our companies thanks to the development of telework and nomadism. We no longer work at the office, we bring our offices with us wherever we go.
But the impact on borders goes even further. It also affects immaterial borders. The spread of information is a revelatory example. While companies used to be sealed off and able to control outgoing information, that's no longer the case. Information is always circulating.
You're right, and there are fewer statutory borders as well. The wall that once separated salaried employees of a company from the rest is increasingly porous. Within a single company there can be many different types of contracts: permanent or short-term, employees, interns, contractors, consultants, seconded employees, and more.
And since digital technologies promote remote working, it has also made it easier to turn to freelancers and other self-employed professionals.
So, the digital era hasn't only changed our relationship to geographical borders, all kinds of borders have been shattered. Companies no longer control, at least not like they once did, relationships and exchanges between what goes on within the company and the outside world. Borders have become porous and unstable.
The third consequence of digital technologies will be obvious. It's the shift in our perception of time. The digital world has us channel surfing and addicted to immediate gratification. No need to expound on the topic here.
The fourth consequence of the digital revolution is its impact on the concept of knowledge. Today, given the resources available, knowledge is easily accessible.
No need to memorize laws, theorems, or quotes by famous authors anymore, since we can find them with a few clicks. In a few seconds, knowledge is at our fingertips on our smartphones.
But make no mistake, what is at our fingertips is a kind of knowledge. It's data or information, but it's no intelligence. We may no longer need to learn as many things by heart, but we definitely need to understand. We need to develop our discernment and our critical thinking abilities.
That's right, and fake news is a prime example. We have access to a lot of information in real time instantly, but it's not vetted. It's up to us to sort truth from lies, useful from useless, serious from superfluous. A digital revolution has shifted the stakes from learning to understanding.
To recap, digital technologies have disrupted our relationship to four concepts: individual expression, borders, time, and knowledge. Is that right?
Exactly right. Way to make a long story short. Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.